Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I'm just going to do another quick video on, this one's going to be tea staining. So I'm going to be using tea bags. Now I also had some questions that you were asking me, so I thought I'll just do this, show you how to do with the tea bags and answer a couple of your questions. The first one was, how much coffee did I use yesterday? Now this is the jar I used, so I sort of like filled it up sort of like not quite halfway with warm water, or it was pretty hot water, and I put 4 teaspoons of coffee in it. So you don't, obviously the less water and the more coffee, it's going to be a lot stronger. So it depends how dark you want your paper, but you don't have to use a lot of water. Just mix a little bit up and use it. And the tea bags that I've got, these are just old tea bags that I had, and I've just popped a little bit of water in there, just soak them in there like that. So you just need a tiny bit of water, just so it's really quite concentrated, and then that's how you're going to get this sort of like the darker colour. But it all depends. The more water, obviously, the lighter it's going to be. So if you use that, because that's quite dark now in there, so that's quite a nice sort of like colour to use. So that's good. So, and this, which is a brilliant idea, this isn't my idea, this was Georgia's idea. Now yesterday I was using some tissue to wipe it all off with on the coffee stain paper, and she said she uses cheesecloth, and then you've got, afterwards you've got the lovely coloured cheesecloth. So I thought that was a brilliant idea. So today I have got my cheesecloth. So that's a fantastic tip from Georgia. So thank you very much. So the paper here, the paper weight that I've used, the paper that I used yesterday was 160 gram paper. Now this one is 80 gram paper. So obviously the thinner the paper, the more sort of like fragile it's going to be when it's wet. So just be careful. And I've done 120 gram paper, and also this is the 160. So I used 160 yesterday, which was this one here, because that was what I printed the digital kits out on, because that's what I wanted to use in my journal. So that's the difference in colour. So this one is sort of like a more sort of almost like an orangier colour than the tea stain. So it all depends. Have a try anyway of both of them, because I think they just like look really good. And on these ones I've just done a few little marks on there as well. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Really simple. So I've got a piece of, this is 160 gram. I've got one of the tea bags, just squeeze it out a little bit, rub it over, not too hard, because you will get your tea leaves coming out, and we don't want that. Let's just move that over a little bit. Just rub it on like that, and again you can just rub it off. It does seem to sort of like go a little bit more darker as it dries, so just wipe it over like that. These ones I'm going to do both sides because they're not digital papers. This is just to show you, you can just do your just have some tea stain paper like this. Okay, just rub it on and then rub it off. You can leave it if you want to, and just sort of, if you wanted sort of like some marks on there as well. So I'm going to just do it like that because it's like this. I'm just going to just zap over with my heat gun a minute. If you just wanted a few papers for your journals, this is an absolutely perfect way of doing it. Now to get the little marks, I've just got like a lid off a little jar, and I've just dipped it in the tea. The same principle would be with the coffee, and just make some little marks on there. Quite simple, wherever you'd like to do it. And then also I do have some coffee in here. Now a lot of you do spray your papers as well, which you can do. So as you were saying yesterday in the comments, now you can also spray on here and then just dry it as you would. I would dry it with my heat gun. Okay, I'm going to just plop some of this off because it's still a little bit wet on there, but leave it to dry anyway, and then you can iron it flat. But there, it looks really good, very similar to yesterday. But again, don't use too much water, just use a little bit of water in there, and it's a great way to recycle your tea bags as well, which is good. And another point was, can you pop it through your printer? Now yes you can. I do have a video which I'll link down below to show you how to iron your paper, because to print onto it you have to have it really flat, especially the edge, this edge that you're going to actually feed through the printer, because I've had it so many times where it's just got stuck in the printer and it's really frustrating. So I'll pop the link down below anyway to the video, but you must iron even just one side, so this is really flat, and because when you normally iron it, it does go a little bit wrinkly, but you must have it flat. So that's it, and you can print on it, and it prints off really lovely. Once you get the knack of it, you can have some lovely vintage pictures on there, so you can turn all your lovely digital prints into a nice vintage look. So that's a really good one as well. So there we go guys, few little questions answered there, and you can do exactly the same with tea. And don't forget, you can have some little marks, you can use anything just to make some little patterns on there, so you've got some lovely scrunchy grunchy paper on there, so which is lovely. And these, look, just blobs of it, so you can just take your thing, just drip some blobs like that on there. You can leave that to dry like that, just soak it up a little bit, and then you've got some really nice textured sort of paper on there. So there we go guys, another quick video for you, but please do have a go on both, because both of them are really good, and it depends what you have to hand to use as well. And thank you Georgia for your tip for the cheesecloth. I suppose you could probably use some other fabric or anything to rub it off with, but then you've got a lovely piece of tea or coffee stained cheesecloth to use in your projects as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.